Alright guys, what's going on today? So what we're gonna go over in this video is gonna be finding the combinations for the safe and lockers inside the police station and the Resident Evil 2 game. So I made this video with the intention of it showing you chronologically how you can find those. There's a lot of videos out there that just show you or really just give you the answers without really taking you through the process of what you have to do to get to where the combination is and all that stuff. And I feel like that just kind of takes away from the game. A big part of this game is to be able to explore your surroundings at the suspense of having a zombie jump out at you. So that's why I did this little speed through walkthrough. It's going to take us right from the beginning all the way to you bump into those combinations and what you need to do to get to it if you don't have access to it. So that's what's going on right now. For those of you that don't care for that whole process, due to the length of the video, I'll put the timestamps in the description for where you can find those, and that we can just skip straight through that. But let's get started, as the gameplay already is kind of going already. So there's a couple of things that I think that make this game a lot more fun to play. For one, just being able to explore thoroughly. You don't want to rush through this game and just feel that you're trying to do the objectives as quickly as possible. No, this is a horror game. You want to be able to see your surroundings, see what you can find, see there's a shortcut or a better way to get through things. This is a part where I paused for a long time because it's 5 times the speed and it kind of just stuck there. So I'm guessing I went to the restroom or something when I did that, or probably got a phone call. But yeah, the other thing in this walkthrough, I'm just gonna skip through the cutscenes because there probably wouldn't be much point to watching them. And I mean, is this gonna spoil some stuff? Maybe, but I'm assuming you've been playing this game and that maybe you just had a little bit of trouble finding some of the stuff. So the first one we're gonna go through, and I don't think we're there just yet, is gonna be the safe that's in the police room, and I believe that's on the first floor, and that's in the desk. We're not there just yet. I'm trying to avoid the zombies. So okay, so that's the room, and I still don't have that key. I could have started doing that safe, but I decided to get the key first. And actually I was having a little bit of trouble recording, and there was a bit of a kept slowing down the frames during this part, so I decided to mess with the settings for a bit. Not too much success, but we did it anyway. By the way, I forgot to mention the song in the background right now is by Mr. Theo Juarez on Instagram. I've been listening to his stuff. Very talented dude, very experienced musician. From what I can tell is he really writes most of the stuff and mixes and produces it. So check him out. I'll leave his link below. A couple of other things that will definitely improve your gaming experience. Okay, so that's the shower locker in the, I believe that's the second floor. And here's where you figure out the little save. So if you haven't figured out how to do that, you just gotta kind of figure out what buttons can get the pattern in order. And once you can do those, without messing up, that's when you unlock it. It usually doesn't take me that long, but this one I just kind of had a bit of a brain fart. But you just kind of got to get through it, and you get a little key for the keypad that's missing the 2 and the 3 in the, I guess, the armory, I guess it would be. So we're already past that other locker in the 3rd floor, I believe. So we also don't have the combination for that. And I guess I felt like exploring when I was doing this run through the game, because I could have gotten the 2 logs that are in the office in the 1st floor, but I kind of skipped through that. But yeah, back to what I was saying. A big part of kind of not getting too frustrated with this game is just exploring your surroundings. You want to use the map. You want to make good use of the map just so you get a better idea of where everything is in relation to you, in relation to the, you're on the 1st floor, you're on the 2nd floor. The map is pretty good at showing you if you missed some items in a room you already walked in, and it'll remain red if there's still some items you need to claim, or a save, or something that needs to be opened. so that definitely helps you orient yourself a little better. So we just passed the waiting room on the second floor that has another safe too, and that's a combination that's not, you won't necessarily get in the story unless you kind of flip to the documents. You're gonna find around. Okay, so this lady, she was just very adamant to keep following me, so we took care of that. And then also, this is a perfect example of what you probably shouldn't do throughout the game, going to shooting sprees. That's fun and all when you have an excess of ammo, but you can run out of it pretty quickly if you're not too careful with that. Okay, so there's a part, I think I'm about to unlock the disc. Yeah, so that's one lock, that's two locks, and if you read directions, you gotta get the first letter for the name for each desk. So of course you go through the desks and you look through the name tags, or desk name tags, I guess you would call. And there's some other stuff down there, just a part of the story. And you're gonna put the initials, you're gonna put them down on the lock. I'm sure 99% of you figure that out. That's definitely not the most complicated puzzle in this game, but I'm sure there's one or two that just didn't want to deal with it and skipped it, but definitely worth going through the trouble of getting it. This guy wouldn't leave me alone, so I kind of gave him the roundabout. And then there's a locker here too if you want a little bit of ammo. And there's also a safe in this office too, so let's make sure that we don't forget about that. But that's not till later down the line for this. So we're gonna go back here and input the second part for the second lock. It is MGR or MRG, whatever you saw it. And this part's gonna be super necessary. You're gonna be able to load your weapon up a little faster than usual, since she does have a revolver, and that takes like a second and a half to load. This will give you a little bit of an advantage. So the next we're gonna be looking for right now is gonna be the combination for the locker that was in the shower room, or locker in the locker room, whatever. We won't be able to get to that one until we can access I think it's the evidence office on the first floor, and I believe we needed the blue key or the pliers to open that up. So once we get to that, we'll be able to access it, and we'll be able to find the combination for that. Again, if you want to rush to that point, the timestamp's going to be in the description. Another thing that I definitely like to do in this game that I think makes it a little more interesting, a little more realistic, is it's avoiding going back constantly to that big storage chest that you get. Realistically speaking, if you're stuck in this situation where your life kind of depended on surviving with the stuff you had to find around you, you probably wouldn't have a designated area to store all your crap. So as far as the way I play this game, either I take it with me if I have the space available, or I just leave it lying around. Either way, it might end up being a little more convenient just to leave it where it's at, because if you're running around and it's already there for you, then you can just pick it up and use it as you need it. Whereas if you have it in your chest, well, you're gonna have to wait till you get to another checkpoint, or try to rush all the way back if you're already low on health to try and get that. So with the pliers now that we got, which again you can't get until you get to that cutscene with Leon, you're gonna be able to get a couple of key items that'll help you advance in the game. You're gonna get the electrical part, you're gonna get the water knob, which you need to turn off the steam on the second floor. You need the electrical part to open that little door. I guess it's kind of like a garage door, but it's not really a garage. And then on top of that, make sure that you're sealing the walls along the edge of the police station. It's just going to make it a lot more convenient so that you don't have to constantly waste your ammo on these zombies whenever you go back around these areas, because otherwise they're just going to keep going in every time you go back to them. So that will get annoying, that will get frustrating over time. Okay, so this is going to be a combination for the locker. In the locker room, it's going to be CAP. Again, you had to access this room with the pliers to be able to get to that. And of course, if you're like me, you probably missed it the first time because you weren't paying attention, which I know I wasn't. It's up to you if you want to run back right away, try and get upstairs and use it. If you want to do a quick save, checkpoint right there, that's cool too. So there you have it. Once you get that open with Claire, you're gonna get those flame rounds, which from what I've seen in the game, I don't think there's a way you can make the flame rounds with the gunpowder combinations. I think you can only make acid rounds, so you might want to keep those handy. Those help a lot when you fight against the lickers, if you have a swarm of zombies around you. But then you're able to shut down the water and you can get to this part of the map where you're able to go into the stars room. Again, this little paper is going to give you another combination that you can see on the top right corner, 9, 15, 7, and it's even telling you for what safe it is. You can do this at the west office on the first floor. So that is the office where we unlocked Leon's desk and got the loader. So again, if you get on health, you get on items, you get on ammo, definitely make your way back. Do that before you forget. There's a couple of things you can get up here, but you're gonna need some more key items. So again, it's like a little treasure trove up here. Like I mentioned before, I didn't pick up most of it. I just what I needed and I moved on because it was marked in the map. Now this dude right here, he went to start something, but I just left. Again, once you get to this part of the area, you're able to get the second medallion. Again, the password's on the little notebook you picked up earlier, so that definitely helps with that. We're at the office, we're at the save. Now these saves, you're not going to do them how you did your saves back in junior high or high school. You literally just go left to the first number. When you get to that, you go right till you get to the second number, and then you go left again. You don't have to go past it and spin it. Here obviously I messed it up, but I don't know, I just kind of messed it up, so I felt very insecure about what I thought was the number, so I had to double check that, and it was right. I don't know why I paused in that part for so long, but yeah, just quick and easy, left, right, left, do the numbers, and you'll get what's in there. Alright, so now we get your little pouch from the safe up there. The next safe is gonna be, the next compartment we're gonna look through is gonna be in the 3rd floor locker. Now, you won't be able to get the combination for that unless you progress the story, for which you'll need to get the 3rd medallion so that you can open the secret passage that takes you underground for that. So you will be shut off from the police station for a while, so this is where you want to load up on ammo, load up on healing items, and if you're not going to pick them up, make sure you're in your chest for the save points or not, because spoiler alert, you do get to come back to the police station once you go underground, at least for a while with Claire. I actually haven't finished the whole story with Claire. so yeah, don't wanna spoil too much on that. But yeah, that's a locker you wanna open. It's on the 3rd floor, and this is gonna be quite some time in the story before you're able to get the password for that. So I can understand why some people just opt out of doing it through the game and just like to look up the cheats or the codes online. Definitely makes it easier, but I mean, so the stuff you find in there is pretty useful. Some of it is pretty, you know, kind of like, I guess, whatever. And I don't know, I find it kind of odd that cops would store weapons and ammunition in their lockers. That's probably against the policy, but this was like the 80s, so who knows, different times is all I can assume. So if you pay attention in this one, you can actually just blow up that gate and you can stay at the entrance of the other one. That way you won't get swarmed by the zombies that I'm pretty sure usually come in after the cutscene. I know they did when you're playing as Leon, so I don't know if that was a little trick or maybe just something that happens different with Claire. And that's a fling round for you. It helps you get rid of some of the problems around here a little bit quicker. So at this point, if you're gonna go underground and you already have all your stuff, make sure you've used up the things that you have for boarding your windows, the planks or whatever. When you come back to the police station, I don't know if it's just me, but it does seem like the zombies get a little more aggressive or a little more prominent. So if you've already blocked off the windows and stuff like that, that will definitely help you out in the second part. A couple of other tips: when you're aiming at the zombies, of course it's easier to aim if you're standing still, but also the cross section for that will be more accurate if you're standing still and not moving at all. So again, if you're trying to get a critical hit on the zombie's head, that's definitely going to help out if you're standing still. And also I read somewhere that the damage you do to the head and to the body is actually the same regardless of where you shoot the zombie. The only difference is that you get a chance for a critical strike if you shoot for the head. And even at that, it's just, you know, it's not always going to be a for sure one-shot kill. So depending on where you're at with your ammo, there's that too. So there's gonna be, I think, just a couple of rolls of film. You can pick those up. There's one there that you can, it's gonna kind of take you through some clues. I don't think you necessarily need it for the story, but you do get a couple of key items from that. When you get that photo of the statue, and then you get the scepter from the statue, and then you get the jewel from the statue, and the jewel works as a key item for a little box. So this one over here, I haven't unlocked it. I think that's where you use the little badge that you also use for the Stars Room Armory, but I keep forgetting to try that out. So another tip, if you want to be able to conserve your ammunition a little better, what I do is I only ever carry enough ammunition for, one, for filling the weapon, and two, for a second, I guess, load for the weapon. So like the revolver holds 5, so I'll have the 5 in the gun and 5 to reload it, and just kind of try and make do with that. You do get the grenade launcher or whatever with this girl, so that definitely helps a lot. They're just a lot more limited in quantity. For this dude, man, I'm not really sure what it is that you're supposed to do to kill him. For sure shoot him in the eye, but after a while he just moves around so much, you just want to use the flame rounds if you can. I mean, if you have any to spare, that'll probably be less of a headache. I think you find 2 grenades lying around while you're fighting him, so that makes pretty good use of those. And it's also going to do more damage if you deliberately throw them at him than if you use it as a sub weapon to fend them off. So keep that in mind, that grenades are more effective when you throw them offensively than when you use them defensively. I think this was like the third time I fought him, and I think this was also the time that took the longest for some reason. I'm not even sure if the first time I played with Claire, if it was an easy or a normal. But yeah, this is where you finally run into what is it, Dr. Birkin's daughter, and where you start like following her around and stuff. Same thing, you'll find some items here and there while you're running in this area. Don't forget to get the pouch. So that was the cutscene where we played through it. You know what happens where you run into a police chief and find out that he's kind of a creeper. So Claire decides to chase him down. So we're gonna get here. We're looking for the key with the diamond on the tip, and you're able to find that on this, I guess the parking garage area. And then when you get that key, you'll be able to walk into the room that was by the shooting range, and that's where you get a film roll. Once you develop that film roll, you'll be able to see a combination for the locker that is on the 3rd floor. So yeah, that's why it takes a minute to be able to finally open that one if you didn't just look it up online. And in this, next to this little dude, is where you find the diamond key that you need. So again, if you have some ammo here, it's definitely gonna come in handy. You can get swarmed a little more aggressively, and these dudes, I don't even like dealing with them, so just want to cook them to a crisp. That's perfectly fine too. I forgot about this one right here in this part, so that was my bad. So that's the film roll we were looking for. No way to look into it until we get back to the police station and go inside the black light room or red light room or whatever. So in that little square, that's where you get the hard key once you analyze it. And similar like with Leon's story, you're trying to get the parts, electronic parts by the clock tower so that you can open the cell so that you can get the parking pass. This little box is where you use the jewel, where you get the USB to open the Star's armory, and that's where you can use the machine gun. Now this little paper right here, this is where you're gonna find another lock combination. Well, it's gonna be for the safe in the waiting room upstairs. And again, you can't get here until you progress the story. So the safe in the waiting room is gonna be 6 to 11, and same process. You're gonna open it by first turning the 6 to the left, or turning it left till you get to 6, then the 2 and 11. So this point 2 is where you're gonna start getting chased by Mr. X. And a couple tips for that: if you don't want to be bumping into him constantly, just try to keep the use of your gun at a minimal. Gunshots will draw him to you, so the more gun battles you're doing with the zombies, the more likely it is that he'll pop up at you and just make an already bad, situation even worse. if you want to stop him, you can shoot him a couple of times in the head, and that makes him take a little bit of a break. He'll take a knee and just kind of chill there for a minute, but you cannot kill him. That's kind of like a thing in the game that you won't really be able to get rid of him. And yeah, it's definitely raises the anxiety levels of this game with that aspect. But yeah, so you need to put these fires out so you can get through the airplane. This where you bump into him for the first time, so he knocked me in the gut there, but then I just put him down for a bit so I could get away. In this part, I just want to get the other stuff for the combination. So this is a paper that we found on the other side of the interrogation room. And what's pretty cool on this one is you're gonna get an extended clip, I believe, for your gun. So again, it's gonna come in handy. So now the store capacity goes from 13 to 26. Super convenient. The laser sight definitely helps as well. And then we're gonna make our way to the photography room, or the dark room. I guess that's what they're called, if I remember right. And you're gonna use that. Yep, and that's the code for the second one. It is DCM, and that's gonna be for the locker in the 3rd floor. So opening that one up, you will get, I believe, what are some explosive rounds. So yeah, definitely a lot of work that kind of goes into finding all these little combinations. Part of it is being thorough with your searching and just making sure that you leave no stone unturned as you go through the game. How rewarding is it to find all these little secrets? I guess that's up to you. I feel like it's definitely what makes the game more fun, just knowing that there's other things that you can unlock, that you can find. And again, I just made this video because I thought it was pretty unsatisfying to just get the code online and unlock it. There's a way to find it yourself. I think that's what makes it fun. And I mean, even if somebody's telling you where it's at, I think at least showing how to get there is, will make it a little more fun too. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this was video helpful, if not entertaining, and I hope y'all keep kicking ass in this game. Resident Evil 2 is definitely one of the most fun games I've played. I haven't gone through all the Resident Evil games yet, but I think this is definitely gonna make me want to check out the other one. So let me know in the comments how your progress has been in the Resident Evil 2 game, what parts you've been getting stuck at, what parts you hate, what parts you love, and we'll go from there. Maybe we'll make another video. Thank you guys for watching, and keep killing zombies out there.